Well, our next guest, he won't remember this, but I played with him in the Vic Open Pro-Am one year at Woodlands, and I was so nervous, I choked unbelievably. I just wanted to impress him so much, and I was dreadful.
Well, our next guest is Mike Clayton, who is a two-time winner of the Vic Open as well, 1982 and 1989. He joins us to talk about that in a bit more. Good morning, Clates.
Morning, guys. How is it?
We are very well. Do you remember that day that Whitey choked in the Pro-Am?
I don't. I remember playing with you at Portsea when I played. I played horribly and made like 7 birdies. It was ridiculous.
You did.
I'd love to be there.
I don't remember that day.
No.
But I don't. Yeah, that must have been 25 years ago.
That was a long time ago, but I'd love to play badly and still have 7 birdies.
He did play well, carrying like a 1942 golf bag. It was an interesting day. But always good fun, Clayton. The Oates Vic Open has become a terrific tournament, not just for the fact that it's down at Bowen Heads on a good golf course, but the fact that we've got the men and the women in the same tournament at the same time.
Yeah, it's great. It's unique. Surprisingly, it's unique. I mean, the women's tour in Europe is doing horribly, as is the senior tour in Europe. And I suggested to Trish Johnson, who plays the women's tour in Europe, why they didn't try a Vic Open format to combine the seniors and the LET, the women's tour, and she looked at me like I was mad. But I mean, it's such a better event for having both the women and the men playing.
Michael, Bowen Heads, 13th Beach was my local track, and I've seen it grow over the years. It's getting bigger and bigger every year down there. It's a fantastic event to get to.
It is. It's surprising. I mean, the Vic Open was a great event for a while in the 70s and 80s. The Masters took over from it really as the main event in Melbourne in the mid-80s. And the Vic Open kind of died. Those ones at Woodlands, Whitey weren't great, and then Spring Valley was okay. There were a few at Cranbourne, but there wasn't much interest in it. It was a shadow of what it had been. And then, I mean, Geelong have made it amazing. I mean, the people, it wouldn't do as well in Melbourne because people kind of, it's a bit of the Tiger Woods syndrome. If Tiger's not there, they're not interested, which is a change in the way golf watching used to be in Melbourne. But people down there seem to respect the fact the tournament goes there. They love it. They support it. The crowds are great. There's a great atmosphere. I mean, arguably, you could make a case it's the best tournament in Australia now. I mean, to me, it feels like there was more life to it than there was to the Australian Open this year in Sydney, or last year, at the end of last year. So it's made so because the local people support it, and it's great. I think they appreciate the fact that good sport comes to a regional area.
I know you're really passionate about this event, and that's why we wanted to get you on this morning, because it's not just, I guess, the format being different with the men and women playing together, but it really is a significant event for the women because it's a lovely lead into the Australian Open, and you're getting to see some of the best women in the world play this week, or in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah. No doubt. I memean, Laura Davies is still, I mean, she's not one of the best players in the world anymore, but, I mean, she was a great player when she was good, but she's still fun to watch, and, there are lots of good players coming to play. I'm counting for Suo again this year, so it'll be good fun. It's time she won that thing. She's been in the top 4, I think, every year she's played, so she needs to stop choking and pick her game up and win it. But, look, it's 2 for the price of 1. It's a great weekend. Plus, as Jeff Ogilvy always said, he said, golf is best watched from behind. And you don't get to watch golf from behind much anymore because everyone's sort of herded down the sides of the fairways behind the ropes. But you can walk on the fairways and you can watch every shot from behind, which is it's so much better than watching golf from the side.
So, Mike, is this something that's going to need to happen more and more in golf where you're going to have to do things differently? Not so much to capture the imagination of the golf world, because you're always going to have certain events. But here in Australia particularly, we've lost the Masters. The Vic Open's now almost the 3rd biggest event in Australia. Is this just going to have to happen more and more? Well,
I guess you've got to run, ultimately you have to run good tournaments with good fields on good courses. I mean, I think that's where, we're in danger of going down the track of the European and the American tour of going to less than our best courses for very good commercial reasons. But 13th Beach it's a great venue. The beach course especially is a fantastic course. I mean, you can make an argument it's the best course pro golf goes to in Australia now. I mean, Karrinyup's probably the other one, but those 2 courses are important to play good courses. But I was with Chubby Chandler a couple of years ago, who used to manage Lee Westwood, not anymore, but we played a lot in the European Tour, and he was the biggest player manager in Europe, and we're at the British Masters at Woburn might have been 3 years ago. He looked at me and said, how much longer can we keep on serving up this stuff? And by that he meant just regular 72-hole stroke events, where there's a procession of one after the other, 3 or 4 a week in America, Asia, Japan, Europe. There are sort of 4 tournaments a week every week. And you wonder how much longer you can keep doing it. As you said, keep playing the same routine event every year, every week. I mean, there should be more match play, but there's not, because they could never get the Nicholas Palmer final or the Mickelson Woods final or the Norman David Graham final in Australia, because it's not like tennis where you're pretty much guaranteed a great final. But if there was more match play, it would be better. If there were more events like the Vic Open where they were combined with men and women, it would be better. If there were, Chubby's actually running an event on the Challenge Tour in Europe this year, where you can't, once you haven't made a birdie, you pick your ball up.
Right.
Which will be interesting.
Yeah.
So, if you knock it on the green to 15 feet and you miss it, you pick it up, knock it in the bunker and drive it out of bounds, you pick it up.
Okay.
So you can't make worse than a par.
I'd be picking the ball up really early in the fairway, Mike.
Yeah. So that would be interesting to watch. But things like the Ryder Cup show how great match play is in golf. The pity it's gone out of golf, because that's the most interesting form of golf to watch, because you're watching it. Everything means something in match play. Where the first 3 rounds of a stroke play tournament, you're kind of going through they're important, but nothing's really happening.
Well, it does need some initiative, and the Oates Vic Open has done that with the men and the women playing together at Barwon Heads at 13th Beach. 1st to the 4th of Feb are the dates, and we'll be all over it here as the official radio broadcast partner of the Oates Vic Open. We're very excited about that, Clates. We'll see you down there caddying for Sue O, and hopefully she doesn't choke.
No, she'll be fine. She'll play all right this year. So, well, she's flying in from the Bahamas on Wednesday morning, so she mightn't be in great shape the first day or two. Carry her around for a day, but she'll be fine. She'll play well.
You can straighten her out. Good on you, mate. Nice to chat.
Thanks, guys.
Mike Clayton, 2-time Vic Open winner, getting ready for the Oates Vic Open.